What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of my van renovation series, and we're going to be looking at the centerpiece table and the kitchen worktop, and we're going to be wrapping them with this gorgeous white marble. It's called DC Fix. I picked it up from B&Q for a £10 a roll, so I picked up 2 rolls, one for the table, one for the worktop. Let's get started. Kitchen countertop. First thing I need to do is remove these 2 flaps. There's one. Up the back here you can see that the timber has just started to peel away from each other. So what I'm doing is ready fixing some screws in the area. I'm going to try and get some of this mitre bond I need to knock up some 2-part filler to fill in my screw holes, fill any imperfections for the final wrap. Okay, that's my screw holes all filled. The little bit of corner where the timber started peeling, and a bit more in the back corner there. The filler's dried, I've sanded it down. All that's left to do, brush it off clean, give it a wipe over with the white spirit, and then I'm going to try and fit that laminate. Now I have a rough size for my laminate over the worktop itself. It's time to make the final stick. We're going to be having a quick look at the splashback tiles on the kitchenette area. Now, unfortunately, the first pack of splashback tiles, they're like 3D adhesive tiles I ordered with these ones, and it has a contrast of the dark, the medium grey, and then the light marble. I then brought the same pack because I realised I needed a second pack, and they've sent me these, which are a lot lighter. The colours are lighter, and the finish is slightly different. So, as you can see behind me, I have a lower section and I have an upper section. I've decided the upper section I'm going to do in the lighter tiles, and the lower section I'm going to do in the slightly darker tiles. Hopefully you won't notice it too much, but with that gap across the middle, I don't think it's going to stand out. Let's get into it. Right, so first things first, with the splashback tiles on the kitchenette area, I want to get my end piece cut, which is going to start on this end because I'm overlapping this way. So I want to start in this corner and work my way that way. So first thing I need to do with the tile is get my height. So I've got my height, but I've got this raggedy edge here. What I want to do is cut down a straight line so I can tuck it right in that far corner neatly. Like so. Let's get it stuck on and have a look. That's that row of tiles done now. All I'm going to do now is a bead of silicone just to hide that top corner. Now, all I've got to do is repeat the same process with these slightly different and darker tiles. I'm going to start in the same corner, down the bottom here, cut my way round the window, folding it underneath this black trim, work my way across. I'll show you when I'm done. Well, that took a lot longer than expected, but I'm super happy with the result. Look at that. So the next stage of the video is going to be wrapping this centerpiece table. Now I've already done all my filler, as you can see. I've sanded it down, I've given it a clean with the white spirits so the vinyl's going to stick nicely. Let's make the first cut, lay over the top, sort out round the edges and then do the underside. First thing I'm going to do is get my length. So that edge there, plus 100mm. I'm going to make my incision down this 65 mark here. Right. So peeling this back like that and sticking my first corner down. So starting in this corner, like I said, squeezing it out. Definitely helps with the second person holding one end of the vinyl just to make sure you don't get any air bubbles. The corners on this were super tricky. What I ended up doing was getting my heat gun and stretching the vinyl over around the corner. Now on the other side here, I need to have a semi-good finish, but I'm not too worried about it because obviously it's the underside of the table. All I'm doing is flattening down with the heat gun and my little squeegee tool, flattening down the corners. I'm just going to cut around the edge there and then put another piece of vinyl over the top and probably staple my way around to get a decent finish and to make sure that the vinyl doesn't peel up again. Right, so the last thing to do now is to wrap the other side of this table. So again, same as before, I'm going to cut this to the same size as the back of the table. I'm going to be a little bit more accurate with this cut. Again, helps to have a second person holding up that back side of the vinyl so you can work your way across the table, keeping out any of the bumps. And this end. Next thing I'm going to do is get my heat gun on these corners where it's rippled, just to try and make sure that it sticks that little bit better. Right, well that's the tabletop fitted. As you can see, underside's done as well. Looking lovely. Pleased with that. And that is the kitchen worktop as well. Looking pretty sweet if I say so myself.